which means live streaming and radio. The radio is all set up to go. You can see me, my microphone is here, and the radio is there. I've done a bit of a close-up on the radio today, so you can see what frequency I'm on, and if you are tuning in because you want to have a look at your signal, you can do so, which is really, really great. Had a fantastic week on FT8 this week. Let's just bring up the old computer screen here. You can see that everything from Ukraine down is what I've hit this weekend. Some special mentions, managed to hit Japan on FT8. That's just 6 watts on my Yaesu. That's very, very exciting. The Czech Republic, which is good. Kuwait, which is new to me. Another contact in England. I think that's my second contact into England, which is really, really great. And setting up for the live stream this evening, I've managed to hit the Reunion Islands and Seychelles. It looks like there is a competition going on as well. So hopefully we'll have a few people scrubbing around the frequency. But what's great about that is, what's great about that means that hopefully there'll be some people listening in, which is really, really great. Also, news on the channel, waxstar.net is up and running and rebranded, which is very, very exciting. And what else is happening as well? Oh yeah, we've got all sorts of new YouTube videos have come out this week as well. So thank you so much everyone for your support. It's great to have you here. Well, let's switch the radio on. I have already chosen a frequency. I've chosen, what is it? 14.23. You can see it there. So let's just go over to the radio right now. Where is it? There it is. Click on the right button. You can see that it is just 2:30 Zulu, or my time it's 5:30, or just gone 5:30 on the 28th of February. And this indeed is Let's Talk Africa. So come and join me for the ride. Let's have a little listen in. I did listen earlier, but do we have anybody out there? We will listen for a moment, and just let me promote myself on Twitter. There we go. See if anybody will tune in. Okay. Sounding good so far, so let's just... is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Over. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Over. I don't think anybody's around. So, be running the Kenwood TS50, as you can see there, tuned to 14.203 megahertz. Whereas my radio says kilohertz. So hopefully we'll get a few people connecting today. Last week started off slow, but then the bands opened up a little bit. So I might have to call a few times to see if we can open the bands up. But there are people out there scrubbing the channel. So let's see what we can find. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ CQ CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. My old mate Bruce is online. Hi Bruce, how you doing? Great to have you on the live stream. So this is my new hobby, Bruce. Me and Bruce used to be photographers back in the day. He used to be a pro photographer. He taught me everything I knew on the camera. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. So hopefully we'll get some hits today. Last week we did manage to poor African internet. Hopefully it will pick up in a moment. Might be because Mrs. Hackman's streaming Netflix next door. CQ, 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 this is 5 Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Bruce, yeah, we're all good, mate. How are you and Cheryl doing down on the coast? I know that hopefully we got a bit of trouble with the stream this evening, so apologies with the diciness of the internet connection. CQ, this is a 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ. Q from Central Kenya, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Yes, I did hear it was a bit sunny in the United Kingdom, which is very exciting. Hopefully that cold and snow is behind you now and spring has sprung, so to speak. I suppose you are going into March now, which is great. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 calling from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. We've had pretty good weather today. I can't complain, been sunny all day. Although we did have a bit of a battle in an acacia tree that's in our garden just over there. Yesterday, I did try and get a big stick to see if we can cut it out or cut the branch away, but I didn't have a stick that was long enough. So I thought, all right, well, I'll have a think last night, on how to solve this problem. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, it's even taller than my aerial. So I went and I thought about it, cracked open a beer. Anyway, went back outside about dusk last night, and there were three eagle owls sitting in the tree, eyeing this poor creature up. So I sort of said to myself, well, if it's still alive in the morning, I'll double my efforts to see if I can get this creature out of the tree. Sadly, the eagle owls ate it, and there's a bit of wing hanging now. Anyway, so the eagle owls had a feast last night. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ. This is 5 Zulu. Do let me know if the stream is working all right. It's buffering at my end, and I don't know if that's a problem with me or a problem with you or a problem with the internet. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. If you're joining us for the live stream, basically what I do is I call CQ on 20 meters. Around the time the grey line starts to come across Kenya, in the hope that we might get some contacts. Also, my hope that we can get UH calling CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. And the whole idea is anybody in the ham community can either watch or try and call in if they can. So, or just hang out with me on the live stream, which people do from time to time, I believe, which is very exciting. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ. Calling CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ from Central Kenya, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So some weeks we have a lot of success, some weeks we don't. Last week started, every week it takes us a while to get going. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. And basically what happens, I just keep calling CQ on this frequency, and the hope is that then people respond. I'm running 100 watts on that Kenwood TS50. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Frequency and standing by, over. And some weeks, we don't get a lot at all. The South Africans tend to start waking up about... Ah, Kurt! Good to have you aboard. Love the fact that you're going to subscribe. Really appreciate it. Oscar November 7 Oscar FF. Great to have you with us. Kurt, look forward to seeing your subscription. Check out waxstar.net, and I do a lot of ham radio vids, so yeah, lovely to have you and tuning in. You're a top man for subscribing. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Kurt, when I finish this, I will check out your live streaming channel. I'm always up for tuning in. Conditions aren't great. Whereabouts are you based, Kurt? Where are you based? If you're Europe, I sometimes struggle to get up there, but if you're down in South Africa, there's a good chance that we'll connect. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling from central Kenya. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. I think I spoke to someone in the Netherlands a few days ago. I certainly FT8'd it, so we might catch each other on FT8, my friend. I try and call CQ on 20 metres at least once a week, and Sunday evening is the time that I do it. So, you know, band conditions can be a bit hit and miss. A bit hit and miss. So I will look out for your call. What did you say? It's 0 November 7. Is that 0 Foxtrot or Oscar? Which is great. I'm using something called a DX Commander, Kurt. There's a guy called Callum in the United Kingdom, stumbled across his YouTube page, and I was looking for a first build antenna about a year ago, and bought his classic, and that was really great. Taught me about, you know, cutting radials to the right length, cutting antennas, so yeah, I had a real success. I've run no more power than 100 whiskies into it. Obviously that Kenwood down there is doing that, trying to raise money for a little bit more of a powerful rig or an amplifier, but you know, that will come, you know. So you're on a homemade dipole. Okay, cool, that's great. I've got a Windcamp Gypsy, which I cut when I go out into the bush. I've got, you see the Yesu up there. Let me just call CQ again. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from central Kenya. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So yeah, I've got a little Windcamp Gypsy. And then I've I've got two different lengths of antenna, one for 40 metres and one for 20 metres. And I'll take that Yesu that you can see there with a little 30-watt amplifier into the bush with me sometimes, and have a little bit of fun with that. Not so easy to live stream though here in Kenya. That's why I do this live streaming from home. But yeah, I'll certainly look out for you, my friend. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Actually, Kurt, now I recognise the on-off call. Are you on FT8? I'm sure I saw something on FT8. CQ again. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from central Kenya, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Just going to stop speaking for a bit. Thought I heard something. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So yeah, I've been in the hobby just about a year now. There's something there. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ. Listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Somebody there, but they're barely breaking my static. You can see if I switch the QRM eliminator off, you can see it makes a big difference on reducing static. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Kurt, if you check back on my backtrack of videos on the Waxstar, youtube.com/Waxstar, you'll see I actually did 3 videos, I think, about the DX Commander, so if you're intrigued in that. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, 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 CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Yeah, if you just tuned into the stream, welcome, it's great to have you here. Calling CQ on 20 metres from central Kenya. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, CQ on 20 metres from central Kenya. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Okay, Kurt, I'll check you out. Obviously, you're still in the afternoon in Europe at the moment. It's 10 to 6 here. So we're following the grey line here. As you can see, it's starting to come over Kenya. I will definitely tune in. I haven't had a lot of success on megahertz, and anything above that I can't contact. I can listen, but I can't contact. So one of the reasons why I do want to at some point upgrade my rig. But I'll have a little listen. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WCQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So normally what happens is I call CQ for about half an hour and then it starts to take off. So you'll be forgiven if you go away and make yourself a cup of coffee, or in my case grab a beer, brew my own beer, which I quite like doing. Sorry, I didn't mean to clonk the mic there. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ from central Kenya. CQH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So all my rig is run off solar. I've experimented with Zello. I've got a couple of Bowfangs, right? And I wanted to experiment with seeing if I could call from my Bowfang to my Bowfang here, that then pushes out to Zello. Almost make a little bit of a kind of personal repeater station. I've seen a couple of people do that. I don't... CQ, CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4 WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Zulu Sierra 9 5 Mexico, is that correct? Over.
Zulu Mike. Sugar 39 Hotel Zulu Mike.
Sugar 79. Sorry, you're breaking my static. If you could repeat it one more time, that would be really great. Thank you. Over.
Hotel Zulu Mexico. Santiago Quebec 9 Hotel Zulu Mexico. Good afternoon. Your report is 5 and 5.
Roger, lovely to make your acquaintance. If you give me another over, my friend, I will. I'll give you a report. 5 Zulu.
5 and 5. 55.
Roger, Sugar 39 Zulu Mike. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. You're coming. I'm just barely receiving you. I can probably give you a report about 5 and 4, my friend. I heard a. Okay, Roger, could you just repeat your call one more time? I'm really struggling to hear it. If you could do it slowly. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, over. Okay. I'll log him as... I thought I heard Sugar 79 Bravo Hotel Zulu Mike. That seemed to be a bit of a long call, but I'll log it nonetheless and see if that was somebody. It is the Seychelles, so very possibly I've been getting into Seychelles. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. It could very possibly have been the Seychelles, because CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Z4WH calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. If you've just joined us, just had one contact from the Seychelles, very quiet. Don't think I made the call out that very well. It seemed a bit long, but nonetheless. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey WH calling CQ from Central Kenya. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. That's it's a contact. You can't knock it. CQ from Central Kenya. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over.
5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. Zulu Tango 1 Tango. Zulu Tango 1 Tango. Here, Cape Town. How are you doing, Wayne? Over.
Zulu Tango 1 Tango, lovely to make your acquaintance. Yeah, I'm good, my friend. How are you this evening, over?
Yes, fine. Well, it's nice to hear you. You're 5 and 8 down here near Cape Town. I'm actually viewing your family safe and well, and hopefully we'll meet many more times in 2021, over.
Yeah, Roger, I can also confirm you're coming 5 and 8. Lovely signal this evening, and it sounded like you were having a bit of a sunny spell. What's the weather like with you down there at the moment, over?
Yes, QSL, we just make sure we're safe and well and don't go out too often, and we wear our masks and so on, and just play the radio and we work in the garden, over.
Roger, yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah, we're still mask wearing here at the moment as well. No sign of any vaccine yet, but we can be patient. We can only be patient. Remind me, what are you running this evening? 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel returning, over.
5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, Zulu Tango 1 Tango, yes, the setup is a Tango Sierra 480, running 10 watts into an expert 1.3 linear, I've only about 700 to 800 watts with a 4-element beam in your direction. It's a tri-bander, so it's not a long antenna, but down here you're not worried too much about front-to-back ratio. Almost everybody's to the north of us, over.
Roger, yeah, well, lovely signal, I'm hearing you well, and of course I'm still running my little Kenwood TS50 at 100 watts. I think last time we spoke I was having a bit of trouble with the microphone, a little bit of hum, but I'm hoping that I've solved that problem. Just remind me of your name, if that's okay, my friend, over.
No problem at all. Well, yeah, my name is Dawn, Tango Oscar Mike. Our real name is Thomas, but only my mother called me that when I was being naughty, of it.
Roger. Yeah, it's nice to speak to you. Yeah, I remember now. I think we spoke, I think just before New Year. Yeah, no, I'm hoping life is treating you and your family well. I thought I'll call CQ this evening, see who's out there. Had a couple of contacts in Seychelles. Reunion seemed to be a bit active this evening as well. And I'm doing a little bit of live streaming as well on my YouTube page. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, returning to Zulu Tango 1 Tango, over.
Okay, thank you very much, Wayne. Yep, we look after ourselves and you keep safe and well. I'm usually around 205 on most days, but lately I've been up on 21,256 working Europe, and 50 meters is wide open, by the way, in Europe. So maybe you'll give that a look in a bit. I must go. I'll catch up with you later. You take care though, and nice to hear 5 the 4 Whiskey Hotel. Zulu Tango 1 Tango. Catch you later, Wayne.
Thanks, Zulu Tango 1 Tango. Yeah, lovely to speak to you, 7-3, my friend. Are there any other stations? This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ on 20 meters from central Kenya, over.
Thank you very much, Wayne. God bless.
Yeah, take care, my friend. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. So there we go. Starting to pick up. He was running a bit of power though, 800 whiskies. But he gave me a signal report of 5 and 8, I think. What was it? 5 and 8. Yeah, he gave me a 5 and 8, so I'm pleased about that. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So I'm quite encouraged by that. I think I spoke to him before Christmas, and because he was quite directional in his signal, Europe opened up for me. I was really grateful, actually. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So yeah, I'm sorry if I've been neglecting the live stream. I'm not very good at multitasking. So someone's started up above me. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Yeah, a bit frustrated.
Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, this is Victor Uniform 2, Delta Charlie, do you copy?
Hotel Uniform 4 Charlie, is that correct? Over. Charlie Station, could you repeat your call? Over.
This is Victor Uniform 2, Delta Charlie, Victor Uniform 2, Delta Charlie.
Uniform Delta 2 for Charlie. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. Lovely to make your acquaintance. You're speaking to Wayne, Whiskey Alpha Yankee November Echo. Who am I talking to? Over.
Roger. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. This is Victor Uniform 2, Delta Charlie. Do you copy?
Victor Uniform 2 Delta Charlie. Is that correct? Over.
Roger. Victor Uniform 2, Delta Charlie, Denmark, Canada. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did. Lovely to speak to you. Yeah, if you give me another over, I'll give you a signal report. You're coming in really nicely, actually. Victor Uniform 2, that's Australia. Is that correct, over?
Clear, Victor Uniform 2 from India, what?
Oh, from India. Yeah. Lovely signal. And you're coming in about 5 and 7, my friend. 5 and 7. So yeah, it's great to hear you. I'd be great for a signal report my way, over.
Roger. I copy all the same 5557 copies, perfectly okay. There is a share and very close by somebody else is talking. But still I can manage to copy you very well. 504 Whiskey Hotel, Victor Uniform 2, Delta Charlie Charlie.
Thanks, Victor 2, Delta Charlie Charlie. I didn't get your name. What is your name? As I said earlier, you're speaking to Wayne Whiskey Alpha Yankee November Echo.
Mike Oscar Hotel Alpha, that's
Mohad, lovely to speak to you, my friend. Thanks for dropping in on my call. I appreciate it. How are things over in India at the moment, over?
Southmost part of India. Southern tip of India, where 504 Whiskey Hotel, Victor Uniform 2, Delta Charlie Charlie.
Roger. I'm starting to lose you, my friend. But thanks so much for dropping into my my CQ call. I look forward to catching you a bit more on the bands, over. But I'll log you on QRZ and Logbook of the World. So yeah, look forward to connecting with you again, my friend. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, returning to Victor United 2 Delta Charlie Charlie, over.
Okay, thank you for the care, so, and hope to see you again with 504 Whiskey Hotel, Victor Uniform 2, Delta Charlie Charlie, 73, bye.
7-3, my friend. Any other stations? This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, over. Oh, that's great, India. I've done India on a Sunday evening before. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So, if you've just tuned in, Seychelles, South Africa and India. Didn't ask him what power he was on. Always get too excited. And a few of you on the chat, on the live stream as well. So thanks for hanging out with me today. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Yeah, good stuff. If you're still with me on the chat, drop me a couple of comments. It's always good to know people are out there. Give me a rate, give me a subscribe, check out some of my other videos a bit later on. Maybe even buy me a coffee. That's a bit cheeky, I know. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So apologies, the internet stream is a bit shaky tonight. Can't do a lot about that. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling from Central Kenya. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. I think I heard something there. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So yeah, if you've just joined us, my name is Wayne, aka Waxstar, or 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel for the purpose of this video, and I'm calling CQ on 20 minutes. Reunion Islands, Seychelles, Republic of South Africa and India all this evening, which have been great. Opening up the bands, all being well. And yeah, drop me a message on the live chat if you're with me. It's always good to know who's around. Say hi. Ask me any questions. Critique me on my radio technique if you want. That's the only way one learns. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya on 20 meters. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Just a little opening up in the propagation there. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. I sometimes get a bit phased when people use the alternative letters. I've taught myself the, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, alphabet. But there seems to be a few other alphabets out there which do confuse me. I haven't quite got my head around it. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Someone up a bit above me there. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. I'm going to stand my ground today, I think. Because last week, kept moving because people started calling above and below me. I'm going to stand my ground, though. It's flying my beer. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is a 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So all being well, we'll get a few more people. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So as you can hear, there's a little bit of activity up above me. So hopefully they're not trumping me with a huge amount of power and that bit of spurious radiation coming across the band. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya, listening to the frequency and standing by. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4W, calling CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4, calling CQ CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Getting my tongue tied there, my friends. Well, thanks for sticking with me on the live stream, guys. We had a bit of success. People connecting. So, yeah, can't complain. Hopefully we'll get a few more contacts. Still early days. Usually go for another hour or so. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. So got a bit quiet, but 4 contacts, not bad. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Now my rig is all run off solar. You can go check out one of my previous videos about that, actually. And it's actually quite useful, because if anything goes wrong, if power goes out, I know that I can still make contact with the world. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Well, we've had some success. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Just having a look on some of the DX spotters. Nobody seems to have spotted me. I never know the best DX spotter. Oh, the RSGB spotter one's always quite interesting to see if anyone's picked me up in Europe. CQ, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Seems to have gone quiet on both the chat and broadcasting. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya. And standing by. Over. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. So nothing as of yet. Last week I got a few contacts into Europe, but this might be the first week where we don't get anything into Europe. We seem to be... I got quite excited with the Victor uniform. For some reason I thought it was Australia. I don't know why. Craziness. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over.
Sierra Lima, QSL.
Alpha 25 Sierra Lima, this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel returning. How are you?
Yes, all my friend, QSL, good afternoon, and thank you for picking me up. I just heard you calling, and I thought let me just come in and say hi. It's been a long time since we had a chat, but nevertheless, it's quite a good copy. Q5 audio copy is together. It's about a S6, S7. And it's good to hear you, and I trust you're doing well, my friend. 5 Zulu 4, the Whiskey Hotel, Alpha 25, Sierra Lima.
Yeah, it's lovely to speak to you. Yeah, you're coming in at about a 5 and 5, 5 and 6, but I can understand everything you're saying. Am I correct? This is Leon down in Botswana. Is that correct? Over.
Yes, and yeah, very nice to hear you on 20 yards. I don't have the log right in front of me, but I know we had a couple of QSOs, and otherwise we're all keeping well, except for the tourism business from they've taken a dive, you know, and there's absolutely nothing. So the doors are all shut at this moment, but what can we do? 5 Zulu 4, Whiskey Hotel, 825, there's up.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, my friend. Yeah, it's strange times. But yeah, no, I've had some success on the bands tonight, though. Managed to get into India, and South Africa seems to be opening up. There seems to be a lot of activity in Reunion as well. So you might be surprised at what you can hear this evening. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel returning.
I'll put you on the cluster. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 825, SL 17 now.
7-3 Alpha 25 Sierra Lima, lovely to meet you, and yeah, stay safe down in Botswana. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. Are there any other stations? Over. Good old Leon. Spoke to him a couple of times. Well, I spoke to him earlier in the month, actually, on the 14th. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ from Central Kenya. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Great. So that's Botswana. Hugely powerful, but very audible, which is good. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ from Central Kenya. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Oh, we're having a good evening. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ on 20 metres from Central Kenya. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Yeah, good signals tonight. So if you've just joined us, great to have you here. This is the live stream, Let's Talk Africa, where I call CQ on 20 metres. There's somebody out there. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ from Central Kenya. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Station very quietly in the distance. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel calling CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Someone's doing PSK. Five Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. The frequency is in use. Over. The frequency is in use. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Oh, Kurt, I've seen your contact there, my friend. What are you doing serving customers on a Sunday afternoon? You must be in the, are you in the hospitality industry? CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. So, we've got some interference above, and then someone's tried to play get a bit of digital signal over me. Maybe that's someone to see if they can hear the digital signal. I don't know. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, 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 CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Oh, there is somebody there. Station, go ahead. I heard something in the background. Over. Is that Sierra Bravo station? Over. Sierra 73 Foxtrot, is that correct? Over.
QSL Wayne, QSL Sierra Queen 3 Foxtrot for you, 5 by 7 from Poland. 5 by 7, 57. My name is Les, Lima Echo Sierra, QSL.
Les, lovely to meet your acquaintance. Lovely to know that I'm getting into Poland this evening. I confirm a 5 by 7, 5 by 7. If you give me another over, I'll give you a signal report down here into Central Kenya. Over. So yeah, I confirm a 5 and 7, 5 and 7, and I can give you a signal report of a 5 and 5, my friend. A 5 and 5. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, returning to Sierra 7 3 Foxtrot. Over. I'm sorry, Les, I've lost you in my static. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, returning. I think we've lost him. Oh, there you go. Now, that is not... Poland isn't 5-7, is it? I can't remember what Poland is. Let's keep calling. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, 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 CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, listening and standing by, over. Cool, Poland! But that's not, I must have taken his call down wrong, so Sierra 7, that doesn't seem quite right. Let me just have a look. Sierra November, I think that's what he said. So let me just change that. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Well, can't knock that. Poland, we're doing well. So we're now getting to Europe, so maybe the conditions are coming up. So Poland, Botswana, India, South Africa, great stuff. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Cool. I'm a bit worried my radio is going to die. When it starts to flicker, it means the voltage in the battery is a bit low. But I don't want to give up just yet. All being well, let's see if we can get a few more European contacts. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, 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 CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Not going to give up yet. We have fended off the interference from above us and someone trying to do a digital connection. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, transmitting on 20 meters from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So yeah. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. I don't think I've ever had a phone call into Poland before. Papa Echo 2 Bravo Delta, is that correct, over? Bravo Delta Station, please could you repeat your call, over? Bravo Delta Station, if you could repeat your call, I could just hear you, over. All kinds of interference tonight. CQ, 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 this is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. It's definitely a station. That's cool. That's cool. We keep calling CQ, see if they call back. We're doing alright. CQ, 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 5 standing by, over. That's Papa Echo, is that even a station? CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Wonder what is going on. Getting pings on Gmail now. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Well, there was a flurry of activity a little earlier. You can see I started calling here. So Seychelles, Republic of South Africa, India, Botswana and Poland, which is not bad going for an evening call. So we're quite pleased with that. We're going to call for a bit more. I'm a bit worried about the level of battery in the old radio. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So, it's about 20 to 4. Zulu time, which means it's 20 to 7 here. Sunset is in about 15 minutes. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, 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 CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So if we switch the other way, you can see the voltage, we're at 2.2 now. And if I call CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So, yeah, voltage is getting a bit low, my friends. I'm not going to give up yet, though, because we've just hit the grey line, and you can see that there. So sundown is very soon. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, 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 CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Got half a beer left as well, so that means I'm alright for a bit. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. So the radio has an auto cut-off when the voltage gets a bit too low, which many radios do. I purposely stayed off the Yaesu today because I didn't want to burn the battery out, so I'm a bit reticent to get a power supply. Well, only because I suffer from noise so much here already. I have to get this QRM eliminator up and running. Go back to my old videos if you want to see about that. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. But we can't write this evening off. We've had some lovely contacts, which I will be uploading to QRZ and to Logbook of the World imminently. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. So you can see this is my QRZ. A lot of success on FT8 the last couple of days. A lot of success, which is great. And didn't mean to click on that. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from central Kenya. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. The bands might have died. Can't even hear the interference from above me anymore. Have we had the best of the bands? Well, I'll keep going till 7. And that's just after sunset. Hopefully the battery will hold out until then. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. It's a bit difficult getting into Europe because I always imagine, what's the time now in Europe? So it's just 3:45, 4:45. Everyone's had a really nice Sunday lunch, maybe a couple of glasses of something to drink. And if they're anything like me, about that time, you're either just waking up from a nap, or you've gone for a nice little walk to walk off that lovely food, or you're preparing for a really nice evening meal. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ from central Kenya. This is 5Z4WH, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. If you've just joined us, welcome to Let's Talk Africa. My name is Wayne Hackman, aka Waxstar, of 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel. We've had a lot of success already this evening. Poland, Botswana, India, Republic of South Africa, Seychelles and Reunion. So we can't knock it. Really pleased with the contacts that I've made this evening. There was a Poland call that I didn't quite get. So a guy called Les, Sierra November 3 Foxtrot, I think was his call. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. At least I'm getting to practice my calls, have my deep, rich radio voice. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So I'm really grateful for you guys hanging out with me on the live stream. In these quiet moments, if you could drop me a message in the live chat, always happy to have a bit of dialogue with you guys. But I am truly grateful. At our peak this evening, we had 5 listeners all listening at once, which was great. Which I know in the world of live streaming is very little, but for me, I appreciate it. And help me by rating and subscribing and giving me a thumbs up and sharing with all your ham radio enthusiasts. Every Sunday evening, or Sunday evening for us here in Kenya, I try to call CQ, see who's out there. Some weeks we have a lot of success, like today. Some weeks we don't have any success at all depending on the band conditions, but trying to remain consistent on calling at that time. And it's people like you who really listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Might have had the best for this evening. Tutor Time Leadership Academy. Hey brother, how are you? I am good. How are you, my friend? Thanks for dropping a comment. Tutor Time Leadership Academy. Is that one of my Kenyan foe here? So we've had some success this evening. If you've just joined us, Tutor Time. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5 Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Yeah, thanks for dropping in, my friend. It's gone a bit quiet now, but I'm not going to give up because there's a bit of interference above me. And every now and then someone tries to drop in with a digital call. Remind me where you're from. Is that good, Tutor Time? Where are you listening from? CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Kurt, you're a perfumer. I was trying to work out what people do on a Sunday evening to serve customers. Now, I have to ask you this question. Have you insured your nose for like a huge amount of money? I'm just looking on Zello right now to see what my Zello call is. I don't use it very often, if I'm honest. I'm still trying to work out how I can put it into my workflow. Oh, it's easy. I've set it up as Waxstar, WHACKSTAR. I'll type it in the chat for you. 5 standing by, over. Steve! Why don't you like write your name? There you go. Now I know who Tutor Time is. Great video, by the way, Steve. Loved it. I think I've subscribed as well. Sorry that I sound like I'm calling from a cockpit of an airplane. So Tutor Time meet Kurt. Kurt's a perfumer in wait, where did you say you were? Brussels, which is great. And Steve is a leadership entrepreneur in Exeter, or just above Exeter, which is great. So we get all sorts here on the channel, which is great. So I always thought, like, for a perfumer, your nose was like the most important part of your whole outfit. See, like, for me, I can't smell for toffee. I'd be a rubbish perfumer. If I ever come to Brussels, been once, many years ago, I'll look you up. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Of course. Do you lose your... I know you lose your sense of taste. Wasn't too sure about the sense of smell. Yeah, I completely understand. I live in the middle of nowhere, Kurt, so fortunately we don't get too many... Well, not that we know of too many COVID cases, but I did know of one lady who lost a taste, but I can imagine it would do your smelling as well. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Kurt, I've tried looking for your YouTube channel, but there's a few Kurt V's on there. That's actually quite a few Kurt V's, actually. So over 10 years now. Lived in Bermuda for 5 years. Moved out there in about 2010. And COVID inspired me to get back into the radio. And so we've got a lovely group of guys who are part... There's somebody there. I'll hold that thought. CQ. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. There was somebody there. Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. CQ is, I can never pronounce the French. It's like secure or something like that, which means listener, are you out there? So you have to call CQ. I can't just open up and just say, hi, how you doing? You have to call CQ, unless I'm calling a specific individual. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Station above me is, well, we can hear them again, which might mean that the propagation's come back up. CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Yeah, I can't just broadcast a chat show. We're kind of restricted on what we can do, Steve. So it's part of the license condition. So the CQ is basically saying, is anybody out there? I'm looking for a response. Or, you know, if I lost it on the amateur radio license, because, you know, those specific frequencies are set up for the amateur radio hobby, for people like me to experiment with a hobby. And but by calling CQ tonight, Poland, Botswana, India, South Africa, Seychelles and the Reunion Island. So you can't knock it, it's great. And you just get to chat to people from all over the place. Might just be very short. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Oh, what cluster are you using, Kurt? I never know how to put things on clusters. I haven't quite mastered that yet. I always assume that happens automatically, but I physically have to do something, and I know that I can do something in Ham Radio Deluxe, but when I, CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. I'm a bit worried, download N. Oh, okay, I'll check that out. I'm a bit worried I'm going to run out of battery power in the next few bits. Cool. Kurt, you're on Zello. Great stuff. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ. Calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5 Zulu 4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. I'm trying to do two things at once. I was just looking in the App Store for the app that you suggested there, Kurt. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Victor 2 station. Is there a Victor 2 station? Over. Is that somebody trumping over my station? I think it is. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4 WH, calling CQ on 20 meters. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Yep, so I've subscribed to your channel, Kurt, and and I can see that you're also on Zello as well, which is great. So good, a little bit of an experimentation onto Zello. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. There's definitely some other activity. I just wonder if another station is just fired up. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Let me call a few more overs, I think. I think we might have had the best of the evening. I think we might have had the best of the evening. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. So there is a Spanish station using my frequency. Hey. I'm looking at IDX and I can see there's someone on, and there's also a Brazilian station on 14.2 or 14202. So that might be signal for me to throw the towel in. So, guys, I want to just say thank you for hanging out with me this evening. Let me just do one more call. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ for the last time. CQ, 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 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Zulu Sierra 6. Zulu Sierra 6 Whiskey Station, over.
Zulu Sierra 6 Whiskey India Mike.
Zulu Sierra 6 India Mike, lovely to meet your acquaintance. You're speaking to Wayne, Whiskey Alpha Yankee November Echo, calling from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, returning, over.
I've got a lot of your Italian stations running about part-time. Here you can contact pretty much the contact. They can really loud and clear with
Thanks, Zulu Sierra 6. I can give you a signal report of about 5 and 4. It's I'm getting a little bit of fading on your vocal, your vocal, so I didn't quite get a your name or the last over there. But yeah, lovely to get into South Africa again. I had a couple of contacts this evening, so yeah, great to hear you. If you could give me a signal report, that would be great, over.
Thanks very much for the contact, and yes, it's a good Italian station to run well, maybe. Can't hear you unfortunately. They're running massive towers from here at the moment.
Roger. Yeah, no, I recognise the call. So yeah, no, I was just about to give up actually. So thanks so much for getting back to me. I really appreciate it. I've been working the channel for about an hour and a half now. Had some contacts into Poland, which was nice, Botswana, India, South Africa, and then obviously Seychelles and reunions as well. So it's not been a waste this evening. Made some lovely contacts, and the band, as we've all been experienced, has been going up and down. So yeah, great to hear from you, my friend. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, returning, over.
Thank you very much, and
thanks so much, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to have to say 7373. That last over was quite difficult, but nonetheless, hopefully we can catch each other on the logs a little bit later on when conditions are better. All the best down in South Africa. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, returning, over. Well, there you go, South Africa. I was about to give up, but all is good. Okay, CQ, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, 5Z4WH, calling CQ from Central Kenya, 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by, over. Carmen, lovely to have you on the channel. Glad to hear that. Can't hear me in Spain. Well, there you go. That's the way the propagation works, doesn't it? But hope Spain is treating you well. You guys aren't getting slammed too badly by COVID. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Bit worried I'm about to run out of battery on the radio. I was going to give up. We're going to keep it going for a little longer. We've got a whole load of people just joined us on the stream. So everyone's in Europe has had their afternoon nap from lunch and now seeing what's out there. So great contributors. Kurt this evening, which is great. Tutor time. Thanks so much for all of your comments. And Carmen has just joined us. And right at the beginning, an old friend of mine called Bruce as well, which is great. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ from central Kenya. This is 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. So I've got the DX cluster on there. So there is a South African, Spanish station. Is it Echo Alpha 9 Alpha Beta Charlie? It's quite convenient, cool actually. He or she is obviously doing some work in Spain. CQ 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Let's do a couple more overs. It's just great to have you guys hanging out with me this evening. Appreciate it. If you stumbled across the channel, this is Let's Talk Africa, where 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, that's me, Cool CQ, tries to get the continent speaking on their radios. And we've had quite a bit of success this evening. As I said earlier, South Africa, Poland, Botswana, India, Republic of South Africa, Seychelles, and Reunion Islands all tonight. Best signal tonight, I think, has come in from Botswana in India. Nice couple of overs in Poland, although I think I might have got the call wrong there. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. So let's do a couple more calls before I give up, but I am grateful for everyone to, hear you guys. I'm going to go have some supper in a minute as well. I might crack open another beverage and watch a little television with the missus. But I'm really, really, really grateful for everyone's support. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Alright, last time, my friends. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, calling CQ for the last time. 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel 5Z4WH, calling CQ, listening to the frequency and standing by. Over. Okay, everybody, I want to say a big thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. On the live stream, we've spoken to people in the UK, in the Netherlands, in Brussels, rather, Spain as well. Guys, I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and call CQ again this time next week, or, around about 5:30 East African time, about 2:30 Zulu time. Guys, check out all my other video contents. I make video contents about all sorts of things like that. Go and have a look at that. I'm going to give up now. I think I got the best of the evening, which is great. And well, I can't complain. I can't complain at all. Just leaves me to say 5 Zulu 4 Whiskey Hotel, saying thank you and 7-3. I'll catch you in the next live stream. Bye, guys.